Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to the New Brick Workshop. We're living in difficult times. I'm going to make a workshop notes video shortly, which will talk about some of that. But in this video, I'm going to describe a method that I'm using in order to hide the wires that go from my TV to my DVD player. And I'm making a gadget that looks like this. Let me show you the idea on the wall over here. Let's suppose that this cabinet here is the one in which I keep my DVD player. In fact, mine, which isn't actually at this house yet, is a lot lower. And my TV is going to be mounted on the wall here. So I need to bury wires in this wall. And in my case, in the house, this is a solid wall. So here's the gadget. It consists of a bit of trunking here, and I've put these special ends on it, which will sit flush in the wall. The trunking will be buried, and I will plaster over this completely. This will be behind the TV, and this end here will be below the top of the cabinet. So all you'll see here is the newly decorated wall. Now the trunking that I've got came from Screwfix, and it is 40 millimeters by about 24 millimeters. Now, the wood that I'm going to use for this is about 8 1/4 millimeters thick. You don't need to worry too much about that. Now, the height that I want my little box arrangement to be needs to be the thickness of the trunking plus the thickness of the wood, because there's going to be a piece of wood that goes along the top. And for me, that is 32.5 millimeters. So I'm going to cut my stock 32.5 millimeters wide, and that will be what I'll use to make the various box bits. Now I use the Festool CMS TS as my small table saw, and for me it works absolutely brilliantly. But unfortunately, it's not being manufactured anymore, so they're going to be very difficult to get hold of. Probably only the second-hand market for most people. They do have other saws that have taken their place, but they're not quite the same as this. And there's no reason why you can't thickness narrow stock like this if you've got a decent planing machine. Now I'm just cutting the sides, and you need to work out for your particular stock, for your particular application, how long they need to be. And mine need to be about 119 millimeters. And I'm able to do a repeat cut. I've got to stop here. So I've now got two pieces, both 119 long. They're my two pieces, and it's going to make two of these, one to go at one end, one to go at the other, but it's easy to make them in one go now. I now need pieces which go across like so, obviously mitered at both ends, and so I'm just going to measure this across here, and that is, we'll call it 57 that I'm measuring, so I'm going to make it 58 so it's a reasonably loose fit. So I'm going to measure on my stock 58, put a pencil line, and I'm going to take this to the saw now and cut that at a miter so it's perfect. Now with the Capex, I've got the laser switched on. I can just get it so that the laser line coincides with my pencil line like so, and holding that in place I can now move my stop along, and that now looks pretty close to being spot on, but this is a very short piece of wood, so I need to find a way of holding it safely. So I need to hold this piece of wood safely, so there that is. I'll just check it. Yep, that's super. I'll cut another one. Always let the saw come to a stop. So I've got one for the other end as well. Now, I know you've seen me do this many times before. I'm going to get this set up now so that I can use my folding technique for getting this done. turn that over, put some glue in there and fold it round. Then all I do is fold it round like so, put a bit of tape on the end here. That's it. So I now have my rectangular section, simple as that. Leave that to glue to go off. I'll just check it for square, absolutely spot on, absolutely spot on. So there that is, as simple as that. So that glue will go off in the next hour or so. Now I'm just cutting a groove in this to take this piece of wood which will go across here, and I'm just trimming it up to make it all nice. And there's that piece in there. It's slightly oversized. I'll trim that up after it's been glued, and then I can then do the next stage. In order to cut this plastic, I've turned the speed of the saw down substantially. So this is what we've created so far. We've got our rectangle done with the mitered glue up technique. I've put this cross piece in, which you can see is just across the top there. I'm now going to round over the insides of these apertures, and after that cut this through to create two boxes, one to go at each end of that trunking. Now one could just use a length of this trunking on its own and have some sort of hole at the bottom and at the top for the wires to come in and out once it's buried in the wall. But I think this technique with the ends finished off nicely will be much better. Anyway, now to do the rounding over, and I'm going to hold this very carefully here. That's nice and firm. And I've got a rounding over bit in the router, and I'm going to round over the inside. So when you're rounding over or doing any sort of router operation, ball bearing guided, on the inside of something, you go clockwise. If I was doing it on the outside, I'll be going anti-clockwise. So I'm going to go clockwise around this. And I'll just release this. Oops. Just release that. And you can see that's rounded those over. And I'm now going to cut this in two. Now I have a confession to make. When I was gluing this up, I got all the tape round and everything, and it was all nicely held together, and I checked it for square, and it was perfectly okay. I then knocked it as I was moving from one part of the bench to the other, and I didn't check again to see if I was dead on. And so it's a fraction out of square, but it really doesn't matter. I'm now going to cut this into two pieces very carefully. I hope now you can see the idea. You'll have this fitting in there like so, and then this will be flush with the surface of the wall, and that provides a nice safe exit for the wires that have been hidden in the wall. Now you can see the finish effect with these two pieces on the ends, and obviously it would go vertically in my case, but it could go horizontally equally as well. Now I'm sorry, I had hoped to actually show you this being installed, but because of the current crisis here in the UK and worldwide, I am unable to get to that stage for the time being. Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.